So after the high last week, Trent, not the result you would have wanted today, but there still would have been some positive signs, I suppose, for the group?
Yeah, definitely some positives to take out of it. I thought the first 40 minutes of the game in general from both sides was pretty free flowing and good ball movement and both teams scoring. Probably after 10 minutes in the second quarter, we probably let our defensive action slip away a little bit. They started to generate some, rebound 50s, move the ball the way that they wanted to move the ball, and link up, and they put that scoreboard pressure on us leading into half time, and then we were sort of chasing tail there in the third and fourth quarter.
It's pretty exciting for you to watch in that first half, both sides hitting the scoreboard as you mentioned. Was the defensive side, I suppose, in the first half something you were concerned about, or just the way the game was playing?
Yeah, a little bit. It looked like it was going goal for goal, and it looked like it was going to be a bit of a shootout. Where probably over the last month our defensive stuff's been really good and keeping us in games and helping us get over the line last week. So, but it was actually good to see our ball movement back a little bit as well. So, and being able to score against a pretty good team. So, we just needed to maintain it for a little bit longer, which we weren't able to do today.
Sam Rice, was it laid out today? Can you guess run us through? Was it just late withdrawal through injury? Or?
Yeah, just late withdrawal. He was pretty tight through the calves and that through the week. Got through training on Thursday night and seemed okay, and just this morning pulled up pretty ordinarily, and so we didn't want to take any risks with him. So obviously we've still got a few games to go this year, so instead of risking him for this and potentially then losing him for a month of footy, we give him today off, and then hopefully have him fully for the back end of the year.
Obviously Marcus back today. How did you see his game back after the suspension last week?
Yeah, I thought he was pretty good. He completed up forward for us, gave us a target to kick to, so Marcus is going to take a defender, which is really good. He had a little bit of an issue, I think he dislocated his finger, popped straight back in, which was all good, and then he finished down the game down back for us. So we used him in a variety of roles. He'll just be better for the run, and he can launch that into the back end of the year, because it's been pretty frustrating for him. He's been a bit stop-start this year with injury and then the suspension as well. So but we'll continue to use him in a variety of roles as well.
Another player who done a bit with this year, I suppose, is Mitch Carter, being up forward for a fair bit, kicked a few goals in that opening half. You must be really pleased with, because you probably want two of him, just the way he's able to play.
Yeah, if we could have one of him down back and up forward, it'd be fantastic. But we just identified with Mitch that when he plays down back as well, obviously everyone knows he's a great kick of the footy, but sort of gets that defensive forward sent to him at times, so we just wanted to free him up. But because he's such a good kick, he's a good kick on goal, and he's a great intercept mark down back, so we just felt like we could translate that marking into providing us with a little bit of a target. And that's probably, when we had that flat patch after about round 4 or 5, where we got a couple heavy losses and were really struggling to score, we just sort of we bit the bullet and moved Mitch forward to give us that extra target, which has worked really well for us, and it's probably no coincidence. Since he has gone forward, it's straightened us up, and we've started putting his score back on the board.
You mentioned Marcus before, dislocated finger, was able to play out the game. Any other injuries from today, or you're okay?
No, I think we're all good for the first time in a while, which is good. I think Matty Code might have copped a little bit of a head knock, but that's Matty, he puts his head there all the time. So we'll just assess him, see how he pulls up on Monday, whether there's any concussion or anything, see how he is. But apart from that, all good.
I guess casting attention forward, a game against North Hobart next weekend for you guys. I guess how much do you think we made of the last time we played those guys in the build-up to that game?
Nah, not too much at all. We'll treat every game on its merits. We reviewed that one pretty strongly after the game, and then put it in the draw. We'll just prepare really well this week and get our stuff right from Monday to Friday in looking at what they've been doing as well. Different kettle of fish. You play someone 5 or 6 weeks later. There's changes in personnel due to injury. State academy representation, those sorts of things. And school footy has affected both teams as well. So us and North Hobart. So we'll prepare really well for them and look forward to a game at North Hobart.
All right, Mitch. So on your own, what the Tigers are capable of today, so you must be really happy to get away with the win at home like that.
Yeah, we're probably happy with that result. First quarter was a pretty even game, and then I think we probably controlled a fair bit of the last half in the second quarter, so a reasonably pleasing result after a disappointing loss last weekend. So the Tigers have actually been up and about, so I think if we said just at the start of the day we would have won by 50 points, we probably would have taken that.
You said it was pretty, I guess, a free-flowing start to the game. Was that what you wanted early on, or were you a bit disappointed with the way the Tigers threw it?
Probably not. Well, we probably gave up a couple of too many easy goals from turnovers early. We sort of tightened the screws in the second half. Our ability to defend was better. So yeah, not as we would have wanted it early, but I think as the game got on, players adjusted out the ground and were able to keep them to about 50 odd points, which if you could achieve that most weeks, you'd be pretty happy.
What's Jackson O'Brien laid out for today, bringing Connor Berry into the team?
Yeah.
I guess not really a like for like. Was that just to kind of, I suppose, give him more of a taste of senior footy, I suppose?
Yeah, we've been. I knew you'd ask me about Jackson O'Brien too. Yeah, we've been looking to give Connor an opportunity, and we thought this was the right week to give Ryan a go forward. We think Ryan could almost be our best forward, but he's also our best ruckman. So. And Connor's been playing well in development league, so it was just a good opportunity to have a look at Connor. He's put some pressure on us to pick him again next week because we think he's really competitive for a kid. He's a good size, good lump of the kid. So I think Ryan kicked a couple of goals and probably could have kicked a couple more. And it just lightens his load of the hustle and bustle of being full-time ruckman.
So I guess with Jackson not being inside today, did you know about it? But you're assuming he'll be obviously right to go for next week.
Yeah, he should be fine. Yeah, he should be fine. Look, as it's been in the media, as probably most of us would have read, he just didn't complete what we needed him to do last weekend, and it was a pretty easy decision for us, really, considering where we want to head as a group. And TSL was a pretty professional environment, so he played development league today, and he was class above as you'd expect. And yeah, he'll come back in next week.
I guess the case for a lot of Clarence games this year, there probably hasn't been that one player that's really stood out. I think people giving the votes probably struggled a little bit.
Yeah.
That's really pleased with, I guess, the even team performance we've been able to have this year.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a really good even spread of goal kickers now, and I think we have that again today. I think we had a couple of multiples and a couple of bags of three, so we've got a really good even mix of midfielders and forwards, and obviously our defenders playing their role. So we see that as something which we need if we're going to sort of have success at the end of the year. We really need a really good even spread. Blokes can play multiple roles, so that's a positive for us at the moment.
You clash coming up against Lauderdale next week.
Yep.
You must be really priming yourselves for a big game like that.
Yeah. We've basically, so as soon as after today, we've got the job done, what we want to do, and now you look forward to Lauderdale. They're certainly improved since the last time we played them. And last time they played us out here was in a final and they beat us. So you always look forward to the Lauderdale games. And I think it's come at a good time for us after the Lorkie loss. We're back on the winners list today, but we look forward to Lauderdale on our home deck next week.
Any injuries from today, or you're okay?
I think we're all pretty good actually. Yeah, I'm just trying to think. No, I think we all finished the game pretty well. We had Ryan Cowie had a migraine at some stage, but I just spoke to him and he was fine. So no, we've come up pretty clean.